Tanchjim has always been one of my favorite brands in Chi-Fi because of their faithfulness to the one tuning philosophy, neutral bright. On one hand, they don't experiment much with the extremes of the tuning, yet it will offer you something at each variation in the world of neutral bright IEMs. When I say bright, I don't mean harsh or sibilant. Yes, previously we have encountered such IEMs from Tanchjim, but newer IEMs seem to offer a bit more tamer and mature representations. People who like technicalities a lot, be it the soundstage, resolution, or imaging, under the budget range, I always recommend them some kind of Tanchjim because they are best what they do. But why I'm telling you all this? To understand this IM, you need to have an idea about the DNA Tanchjim carries out. As of now, the disclaimer ahead, I haven't listened to the origin for a longer amount of time. As of now, this is my favorite IM, bar none. Now coming to the package, you get actually quite a lot. There's a really good fake leather case, not pocketable but really good padding and lid. It comes with a really nice cable, thin yet not so flimsy. No microphonics, no memory whatsoever. Really nice behaving cables. Splitter is nice. The termination is L-shaped, so it's kinda bothersome for me, but overall the cable is really nice. It's quite balanced between usability and aesthetics. Now the termination has three interchangeable options: 4.4, 3.5 and USB Type-C with DSP implementation. Now with all the DSP implementation, the possibility is endless. I'm not going to talk about features because 99.7% of the viewers watch less than 6 minutes of my video. So most of my review will be for analog termination. Coming out to fit and all the other things, everything is top notch. You can sleep with it because of it is so small and flush in size. It is very good looking but not that much scratch resistant. The body feels like metal. I don't know if it's plastic or metal to be honest, but whatever it is very high in quality. The 2-pin connections are very sturdy and protected. Now coming to the next part of the accessories, Fola comes with 3 filters, L, S and D. I will not talk about the L because it's trash for enjoying music. It being lean, which accentuates the treble perception even more. Now coming to the S and D, it is pretty interesting. Both offers quite a nice subtle changes in the experience and both in a good way. D being my favorite, which has least lower treble emphasis, which also comes with a splashy nature in the mid to upper treble, and S being a bit more balanced, yet the lower treble is a bit hot for the unrefined mixes. Now talking about sound, this IM is very spacious sounding. The music always sounds out of the head, which means there are two things with this IM. There's a good amount of mid-range dip, there is some contrast in the treble. This IM is very detail oriented too, and by product the imaging is also laser precise, and by the mid-range dip the treble also comes quite a bit, so pinpointing stuff is really easy with this IM, not just for the price but overall in the IM. Backing this up, let's talk about the bass. The bass on this IM is unique. On paper and on the first hearing it sounds a mid-bassy, with much emphasis on the 100 to 200 Hz region, but the presentation is different than that. The sub bass has a lot of quality to offer. The rumble, the texturing, the physicality is so much better compared to the mid bass that the mid bass falls short. Excellent reach and authority. The hits are not floppy, it feels weighted. In the songs like Hollow 16-bit Remix, when the sub bass drops, the atmosphere gets filled with sound. And I liked how the amplitude is handled while keeping the physicality sustained, which might be a trick to the tuning accompanied by the impedance. I don't know, but at the end I like the sub bass more than the mid bass. Now coming to the mid bass, I miss the punch of the mid bass. Not that it is pillowy or soft, but it doesn't have that wow factor of the sub bass. It's just there doing its job. The D filter does a great job of uplifting the presentation along with the lower mids, which I like, and I know many of you might not prefer it. Coming to the lower mids, it is beautifully rich, lush, full of textures. It might get too warm for some. I feel that it was absolutely beautiful though for me. The note weight is dense, mid spectrum is quite a lot recessed, which gave the spacious feel to the sound. Now coming to the upper mids, there is a feature that I don't like. Generally, I prefer the breathiness and airy features of the female vocals instead of the elevation. This IEM doesn't provide much air in nature. I guess due to some dips in the treble, so it's that the texture and all are fairly present. Coming to the treble, it's a bit complicated. Good thing there is no annoying peaks that can cause any problems, but the air region felt kind of missing, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Since it reduces annoying noises that doesn't let you focus on your music more, transient attack is extremely fast and quick. The plucks and ticks are very concise. Now, do I recommend it? Absolutely yes. Not just around $200, this IEM can beat even $600 to $700 IEMs. If we talk about the tonality, technicality pairing, it beats most of the IEMs that I have tried this year. If you want the Tanchjhim DNA, don't think there is anything until Mystic 8 that I have tried. Even then, I will prefer Fola over Mystic 8 anytime soon. Uh, I mean, I'm not going to hype the IEM, but this is like extremely incredible for me. It wipes out competition for most of the things I can think of. Like it smokes out Prelude, it smokes out 81T. It's as I said, there are few IEMs you can compare it to, and or they all are above $700, $600. Like I Slept, Prismatica, Mysticate, um, Twilight from Soft Years. Yeah. So this is my time. See you for my next video.